Back at Drake Stadium, Paul Yeager alongside Dave Marcoulier. Maroons lead 7-0. Johnson has the football and complete on a pass play to the left side of the formation. It goes to Marlon Graham. Nick Stitzel. Tackle made by John Wisniewski. It'll be 2nd and 2, pickup of 8.
Again, we're seeing a lot of quick passes by Johnston to the sideline and the screen pass. Those have been their 2 main plays so far.
I'm going to say that's actually a pickup of 9 on the play, up to the 15 of the Dowling 15. So the Maroon defense is going to have to not bend or just bend and break. Yoakum gets it around the right side, and it's a race to the end zone. He zigs left, zigs right, and he is down to the 2-yard line before Alex Heckman steps up. 1st and goal for Johnston.
Oh, and he really did a nice job reading his blocks and weaving through that line of scrimmage into the second level of the Dowling defense. Brings up 1st and 10, Paul, it's really 1st and 3. I believe the ball's on the 3-yard line.
And Johnston looking to score against Dowling here, breaks the huddle. Kinning's going to go under center, has 2 backs. McCune now lines up to the right. Formation gets set. It's a balance to the right. They're going to give to Yoakum. Yoakum's got some white shirts to follow. He's churning his leg. He's close, down to about the 1-yard line. Making that stop would be Matt Dunbar. So down to the 1 for a pickup of 2.
Good stop by the Dowling defense. I tell you what, they're going to have to step up for a couple more plays here to see if they can keep Johnston out of the end zone.
When they send extra bodies to the right side, they're getting yards. Yoakum's handled a lot of white shirts to run behind tonight. Yoakum is lined up as the 2nd back. He gets the handoff, and he is going to walk into the end zone. Touchdown, Johnston. Pending the extra point, we're going to be tied.
Nice big hole in the middle. Good blocking by their big number 65, Chris Sexton. He's their guard, 6 feet tall, 300 pounds. It's tough to move that young man. I'd run behind him too.
And follow him all night. That's what you would do. The extra point attempt lineup is Eric Bass, and Bass kicks it through, and we're tied at 7 at the 10-17 mark on the official radio station of Dowling Catholic Sports, 1150 KWKY. Johnston ties the football game and now kicks a high over-end kick taken by Brandon Ogden at the 5-yard line. Still on his feet is Ogden up to about the 26-yard line before he's tackled. Brian Morris is on our sideline.
You know, guys, we talked in pregame about, coming back after that emotional victory last week against Ankeny. I can tell on the sideline right now tonight, that same emotion is not here right now. And that score, looking across the field, really gave Johnston a boost. And you can see a little bit of a bounce in their step right now compared to the Dowling Maroons.
Brian, we were just talking about that off the air, Paul and I, how, it wouldn't surprise us if they really were let down a little bit.
Goalie.
It would be tough to get back up.
Goalie takes the handoff, and it's right up the gut, and it's no yardage. But here comes the Maroons still on that no huddle, so they're still not.
Yeah.
That's one way to pick up the pace and to keep your guys focused, is to run that no huddle.
They're going to have to pick it up here. Evan Barkley a little frustrated down there, showing some good leadership by trying to fire his offensive line up to open these holes up for Bengoli.
Pickup of 1, and the Maroons did have to huddle on that play. Hartlib is under center. Barks left, Barks right, gives it to Goalie on the left. Goalie's hit once and then tries to pop it out, and he's still on his feet to the 30. 35-40, makes a one move into the middle, still on his feet. Cross midfield into the 40, down to the 35-yard line. Bengoli made a steak out of something that was a hamburger.
Well, that was designed to go inside, and there was absolutely nothing there. Tried to get behind Jake Curvin, and he popped it outside and showed some good speed, then put a nice little move on the linebacker for Johnston and picked up a big first down. That's really what Dowling Catholic needed. Let's see if they can build off from that.
The run is good for 31 yards for Bengoli. And the Maroons have the football back in Johnston territory in only 2 plays. Shotgun formation. Boyle is back in the ballgame. He's got Goalie to the left. He pulls it out. Boyle's going to throw the football, throws it down the right sideline. Wide open, Matthew Hawk. Caught at the 20, 15, 10. Tackled from behind. No penalty flags. Tackle made by Johnston's Kyle Arnold. How's that for the freshman? Into the wind, throwing the football.
And that's probably his, I'm going to guess, 10 to 12th play of his varsity career and his first pass, and it's a completion for a first down.
Hawk had to wait for it just for a little bit. Didn't have to wait long, but he was wide open, and the ball is all the way down to the 10. They're going to say it's first and goal, pickup 33 yards.
And the wind held that ball up a little is what happened, Paul.
Ball's at the Johnston 10. Wisniewski gets set on the right side. Hartlib back under center. Gives the football to Goalie, and Goalie stopped by Newton. Wow, great defensive play by those linebackers. Montgomery comes up, but that was all Newton on that play. Also coming in to make the stop is Marcus McKay, and there come them linebackers.
Yeah, that was just straight ahead blocking, zone blocking by the line of scrimmage, all shooting towards the right gap, and that linebacker came up and just really did a nice job stuffing that play, bringing up a second down and 1. Really threw him for about a 1-yard loss, Paul.
Got 3 receivers confused on the right. 9 seconds on the play clock. Maroons are going to have to hustle. Hartlib gets Ogden set. 4 seconds. 3. Everybody's in motion. Now they move it on the snap of the ball. The play's not there. Hartlib's going to tuck it and run it. Puts a move to the left. Puts a move to the right. It's a race to the end zone. Dan Hartlib is into the end zone. Touchdown. Dowling Catholic on an 11-yard touchdown run by Dan Hartlib. Again on a play, Dave. Nothing there. He made that happen.
No, I wish I could watch it again because he put on some nice moves to avoid some very athletic linebacker for Johnston Dragons. What a great run by Dan Hartlib for Dowling's second touchdown.
Dowling takes the lead, 13-7 with 8:07 to play. Avery Mason lines up for to attempt the extra point. Mason connected earlier tonight. The snap from Simpson, the hold by Hartlib, the kick is up and good. Dowling leads 14-7. We'll take a break on the official radio station of Dowling Catholic Sports, 1150 KWKY. Welcome back to Improv Night at Drake Stadium. Dowling Catholic, Dan Hartlib. That play was designed to be a pass. He took it in for a run from 11 yards out. Avery Mason kicks the extra point. It's 14-7. Dowling Catholic. Mason kicks a low kick, but it's going to be taken at the 5-yard line by Johnson to the 20 to the 25. He's still on his feet. That's Mitch Bowles, and Bowles is out to the near side, knocked out of bounds. Reed Flood, and also coming up to make that tackle was Dakota Johnson. Brian Morris is down on our sideline.
You know, two great individual plays on that drive. Ben Goley just got it started with that 35-yard run. He made a cut on the field, saw nothing, took it to the outside, had an unbelievable stiff arm, and then Dan Hartley there rolled out to the left to make that pass. He made two moves to the right side and skirted into the end zone, and he was very excited after that touchdown to put the Maroons up by 7.
Johnson comes back with the football, 1st and 10 from the 46. I formation, Montgomery now into the ball game. Play fake. Kinney's going to throw. He's flushed out of the pocket and sacked behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 40-yard line. Nice tackle. I believe that's Matt Dunbar who gets credit for the sack, and Alex Kramer was in there as well.
Great play by Matt Dunbar coming from the backside to make that tackle, throwing him for about a 5-yard loss.
Maroons drive the Dragons all the way back to the 41, so it is a loss of 5. And let's not forget, Ben Goley on that drive, he also made something out of nothing.
Yeah, 31-yard run. Beautiful run by Ben to help set up that touchdown.
Big play, shotgun formation. Kinney's going to roll to the right side, throw off his back foot, a laser, and it's caught at the 50. Gelati's trying to make the stop, and does, but not before a pickup of almost 10 yards.
That's one of the few plays we've seen Johnston throw the ball downfield. They keep throwing sideline with the exception of the screen.
Fans getting pretty emotional here. Pass on the football is a pickup of 10. So it's 3rd and 6. Ball is at the 50-yard line. Here comes Johnston again, shotgun formation. 1 receiver left, 2 to the right. In motion goes Alex McCune. Kinney's going to look for McCune, and finally almost picked off by John Wisniewski. McCune was the intended receiver. Johnny had one hand on it and 2 eyes on the end zone.
John had a touchdown there. He's disappointed. But what a nice play by John Wisniewski. Brings up 4th down and 6. I tell you, with the wind at their back and in this field situation, Dowling should be aware of the fake here.
Kinney is going to go back to punt the football. He stands at his 38-yard line. Dowling takes a timeout. We will as well. 14-7 here when we come back on the official radio station of Dowling Catholic Sports, 1150 KWKY. Michael Kinney sends a knuckleball high into the air on that punt, and it's going to be down at the 25-yard line by Johnston's Zach Wingham. Brian Morris is down on our sideline.
You know, we talked about Ben Goley's run. He came into this game about 130 yards away from the 1,000-yard mark. And Dan Hartley has about 1,100 yards on the year, so 2 nice plays by 2 nice seniors with some good stats for this year.
And the senior, Dan Hartlib, is under center in this formation from the 25-yard line. Barks out the signals, hard snap count. Gives it to Goley around the left. Goley escapes 1 tackle, but not 2. Newton is there. And also making the stop for Johnston would be Brandon Sexton. I need to get you caught up on a couple of scores here. Southeast Polk leads Indianola 7-0 at the half. Valley leads Mason City 21-7. East putting it to Hoover 46-0. Marshalltown 14, Ames 6. Ottumwa leads Des Moines Lincoln 23-19. Sioux City East now all over Sioux City West 42-0. Here our score, 14-7, Dowling Catholic in the lead. Second and about 6 from the 29. It's going to be a keeper by Boyle around the right side. He puts one move to the left, still on his feet, but then reality sets in for Johnston. It's McKay. And also in there for that stop is Joe Scanlon.
Well, I tell you, I'm watching Evan Barkley on that play. He's really outsized by the defensive line for Johnston. Johnston has some good-sized kids that are very athletic, and they do a good job flying to the ball. This Julian Holder, number 25, he's 6'2", 240 senior, has been in Dowling's backfield all night long.
Bennett comes to the right. Hawk and Ogden go to the left. Goalie is a blocking back for Hartlib, who's flushed. He dances once. He's going to tuck it, and then he's going to try to run. Loses the football, but the tackle made by Richards. Richards gets the credit for the sack. Dowling Catholic High School football on 1150 KWKY is streaming on kwky.com, and webcasting at dowlingcatholic.org is brought to you in part by St. Gregory Retreat Center, the Dana Company, and Principal Financial Group.
Again, Paul, it was that Julian Holder who's getting in to the Dowling backfield who really sent that play into action, forced Hartlett out of the pocket.
4th and 5 from the 30. The Maroons are in the punting formation here. Hawk's going to roll to the left, finally get it away. Yoakum is close to getting a block. It's a wobbly kick that bounces at the 31 and then bounces out of bounds at the 25. Pretty much right in front of our Brian Morris.
I called a fair catch on that one, but again, Matthew Hawk in that rugby-style punting, you never know when he's going to take off and run with that ball, but Johnston is coming from the left side, or to his left side, so that he does not have that opening that maybe he's had in those first few weeks when he got the punt, for first down.
Teams have really been doing that, knowing he possibly could run. They're really loading up the left side, and they're practically ignoring the right altogether.
Cullen Moss comes to the left side of the formation for Kidding, who is now under center. Montgomery is his back, but it's going to be a handoff to Yoakum right up the front. So Yoakum, not lined up as the tailback, lines up as the fullback. So Montgomery still not getting a hand. He is their leading rusher, and now he comes out of the game, and coming back in is Dylan Temple.
Yeah, and that's that quick little hitter. They're running behind those big linemen for the Johnston Dragons. 2nd and 6, Paul. 3:55 left in the half.
And Johnston can run the football tonight. Been doing it 3-4 yards, sometimes 8 yards at a crack. It's the shotgun formation. Kidding throws, and the pass is batted down at the line of scrimmage.
Sam Harold.
Who? Yeah, Sam Harold. We should have like a Sam Harold button or something.
Yeah, this is Sam's night so far. He's had a big first half. Linemen are taught when you see the quarterback pass, get your hands up, and he did, and batted the ball down, brings up 3rd and 6 for Johnston.
Ball's at the 29. 14-7, 3:42 to play at halftime. Tell us who's coming up at halftime, Dave.
We got a couple representatives, Pat McConville and Brad Monachino from the 2001 state championship team, who's going to be recognized at halftime, and then they'll hustle up. And also Father Zach Kowski is coming up to visit with us.
Pass intended for Eric Bass is incomplete on the far side. It'll be 4th down on that play. So we got a busy halftime.
We do. We had a busy pregame, which lasted 5 hours and 45 minutes, and now we got a busy halftime coming up.
You know, if you're going to be on the air that long, it should be the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I tell you, we talked about everything. We covered everything in the pregame show.
And I didn't know all those personal feelings that Brian Morris had. It was great. Kinning gets the punt away at the 20. Nice kick taken. Back by Hawk at the 30. He puts down a couple of yards before he is tackled. Nice play by that's Zach Windham. Brian, thank you so much for sharing so much in that pregame.
We were here for about, 7 hours it felt like? But this game has gone a lot quicker than maybe we anticipated coming in. Johnston is not doing those passes downfield. They're doing those quick little 3-yard out patterns, and the ball has been staying inbounds, and the clock has been running. Quick first half.
3:26 to play, 14-7. Dowling leads. They will come out. They call that play on the sideline. They come out to the 38-yard line. 1st and 10 from the Dowling side of the field, so they got a ways to go, but they send in motion. Boyle, so that's Dowell. Hartlib throws across the middle, caught by Matthew Hawk at the 50, down to the 40. Great pitch catch. Hartlib to Matthew Hawk. That was pretty.
I tell you, Dan Hartlib has really played well the last couple weeks, really doing a nice job picking up his reads. And I tell you what, he put that ball on a rope, and beautiful play to Hawk, pick up a big first down with 3 minutes left to go in the half.
Ball goes up to the Johnston 40, pickup of 22 on the play. Handoff goes to Goalie up the gut. Goalie is trying to get behind his right side line, Dino DeMarco. I believe that was DeMarco. Or was that, yeah.
I tell you, that's tough running inside against that Julian Holder, 6'2", 240, and Joe Scanlon, 6 feet, 245, are the two interior men for Johnston, and they're two strong kids who have done a nice job jamming up the inside of the offense for Dowling Catholic and for Johnston.
2 minutes, 27 seconds to play before half. The quarterback is the freshman. He gives it to the sophomore, Dowell. The speedy one tries to get up back to the line of scrimmage and falls forward for another yard, so it'll be 3rd and about 2, maybe 3. Dowell comes out, so does Boyle. Bennett comes back in, as does Damon Merle. 3rd and 3 from the 37. What do you do, Dave?
You know what, I look for a pass here. Well, you know what, Paul, they're really in 4-down territory, so I still look for them to pass, but they've probably got 2 plays here to pick up a couple yards.
Hartlib looks left, throws Hawk. It's caught. It looks like they're going to try to throw the double pass, but he somehow escapes. Bennett tries to help out, but just can't. Right behind the line of scrimmage play. That was Kyle Arnold, and that may have been a double pass the way that was set up, but either way, Johnston read that the entire way. Dowling takes a timeout, so will we. 14-7. The final 1:26 when we come back on the official radio station of Dowling Catholic Sports, 1150 KWKY.
Now looking at the score. What is the score right now? Who's winning? You know what football is, don't you? Right. You know what Hawkeye football is. You know what Hawkeyes are, aren't you? A Hawkeye fan? Give me 5. You're a Husker most of the time. Can't you just give me 5? God, you're rotten, kid.
It's a quarterback draw by Ryan Boyle, and the crowd tells you what happened. He got the 3 yards necessary for the first down, needed to get to the 30. He got to the south side of the 30. First down and 10 for the Maroons. Great confidence to go to the freshman in that situation.
Yeah, I'm surprised. That's tough going inside there, too, with these big defensive players for Johnston. Nice pickup.
Going to be the fake handoff to goalie. Hartlib's throwing the out and up, but he's got Hawk caught at the 30. Hawk's got some running room to the 20, cuts back in to the 15. Wisniewski says, don't look at me, I didn't cause anything. Nothing to see here, officer. Enough for the first down. Down to the 14-yard line. Brian Morso is right in front of you.
Yeah, nice play by Matthew Hawk. He thought about potentially going out of bounds, you could tell, but he thought he could maybe get about 5 to 10 more yards. He did. The ball stops, or the clock stops on first down, so Maroons really didn't lose much time.
Pickup of 17 on the play. Maroons in that formation, 1st and 10 from the 13. Hartlib looks right, throws left, caught by Ogden at the 15, to the 10, 5, into the end zone, touchdown. Brandon Ogden on senior night puts the Maroons up 20-7.
Very nice call by the coaching staff and beautifully executed play, wide open. Brandon Ogden, he turned around and he had nothing but end zone written all over in front of him. Great play.
I got to tell you, Dave, I don't know what it is when you take on Amara Darbo, what has happened to this team.
Yeah, I tell you, the execution has been very well, and Dan Hartlett, I think, has really done a nice job.
The extra point is up by Avery Mason. It is no good, goes to the left. The score stays 20-7 with 44 seconds. Here, we're going to take a break on the official radio station of Dowling Catholic Sports, 1150 KWKY.
I don't know.
Matt Zinzelmeyer and Mitch Bowles are back deep for Johnson. Avery Mason lines up to kick. It's 20-7 with 44 seconds to go before half. The Maroons score on a touchdown to Brandon Ogden. The Mason kick is going to be short and taken at the 20 by Nick Stitzel, and the crowd can tell you what happened there. Great big hit by the Maroons, and that's the sophomore Dowell. Also in there to make that stop was, let's see. Yeah, was that Joey Barsetti? I think that was 18, so nice play. Brian Morris is on our sideline.
Yeah, Chase Dowell comes down like a torpedo on that kickoff, and he just drilled the Johnston player. That was a big score before halftime. I thought the Maroons did a nice job in their 2-minute offense, driving the ball downfield. And don't forget Ryan Boyle, that 3.5-yard run he got to keep the drive alive.
Pitch and catch is taken out by Johnston. Great catch that time and great run after the fact. Zach Bowles gets 10.
They'll probably have time for one more play here and look for them to go downfield.
Boy, gain of 9.5, 20 seconds. And they're going to go the quarterback keeper by Kinning. He gets the enough for the first down. Move the chain, 17 seconds.
I don't know about that call, Paul. I don't know why they would do that. They don't need to pick up the first down with 17 seconds left in the half.
And they have 2 timeouts left, so they could have used one of them. Kinning looks to the left, and now going to throw it. He thought twice about it, and that's going to be tackled well short. Dylan Temple makes the stop, and that'll be a timeout by Johnston. Making that tackle, John Wisniewski. Also helping in on that play is Andrew Clement, and that is going to end the first half. I thought they called timeout.
Yeah, they're going to bring him back.
That's what I thought. And
that was a
Coach,
clock error.
Coach,
they want 7 seconds.
They want 7 seconds back on the play clock, 20-7. We got a whole bunch of stuff going on here at halftime, and I guess Johnston. Somebody wanted to get into the roll. Let's go down to Brian Morris on the sideline.
Yeah, I'm not sure where they got 7 seconds. I looked about 4 seconds when they called the timeout, but irregardless, 7 seconds, 4 seconds, one last play for the Johnston Dragons, it looks like, before halftime.
Ball's at the 45-yard line. Let's give you a couple of scoring updates from around the area. I had him last. I gave him back to Ramel Slaughter, who is manning our Twitter tonight, KWKY Sports. Talk to him. Say hello. Glad to have you watching around the world on the web or listening to us on the radio. 7-0 Southeast Polk. They're 6th rated. They lead Indianola 7-0. That's a very close game. And Valley leads Mason City 21-7. That's also a close ball game, but East leading Hoover 46-0. That, my friends, is not close. 2nd and 7 from the 45. Clock stop, moves with the snap. Kinning's going to throw to the left side. It's going to be caught. And for a first down, after Cullen Moss makes the tackle, gets into Dowling territory to the 46. Do you make one last gasp at the end zone?
You know
here?
what? I'm not sure why Johnston's not throwing the ball downfield. They're just picking away here when they need to be going to the end zone, especially with this wind behind them.
And that Kenny's going to throw it across the middle. It's going to be caught at the 35. Still on his feet. Will be the last play of the half. And it was caught by McCauley. He was tackled by Sherinian. And Brian Morris is with Tom Wilson as we end the first half.
Coach, coming off a big emotional week last week, you got the cancer before the game. The kids came out maybe a little slow, but it seemed like they got the running in gear.
Well, we started getting it going, and I think Johnson's done a nice job at the line of scrimmage with their defense versus RO. I challenged our kids before the game. I really didn't like our body language. It's still going to be a tough ball game. At least we get the ball coming out, and we'll see if we can do something.
Dan Hartlieb has played really well the last 2 weeks, put the ball in the money in that first touchdown to Addison Bennett. Nice run for the touchdown, and then a nice throw to Brandon Ogden. It seems like his game with Amara going out, maybe not having to focus on that one receiver, he's really stepped up his game.
He's made some tremendous reads, and he's making plays with his feet. He's looked great so far.
All right, Coach, good luck in the second half.
Tom Wilson with Dowling Catholic head coach Tom Wilson as the 2001 state championship team starts to make their way on. The highlights of that game playing on the